So I need another stakeout series of rolls. The first roll is going to be your Constitution and your Athletics to keep from passing out or falling asleep, because now we're talking about a long stakeout.
You're correct, by the way.
Yes.
Shadowzar is the capital.
Oh, Shadowzar is the capital.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
That's what I thought.
Yes, they always talk about Yezud, and that's
Because
where the king is.
Yezud's the seat of the cult.
Yeah.
That's where Zath's main
But
temple
they're always
is.
talking about the king being there, and I'm like,
It's also interesting. It's also interesting that Bel is the patron. Bel is a Shemitish god, but he's the patron god of Aranjun.
Mm-hmm. City of Thieves.
Yep. We're rolling. Oh, yeah.
Partial.
17.
heroic.
Daddy is rolling good tonight.
Okay.
Remember, because if you made a legendary or epic on your last stakeout roll, you get a +1 on this one.
So 18.
Yeah.
Oh, would my plus
What are
2
we rolling
still
on,
count?
James?
It is a stakeout roll, Constitution, Athletics.
Okay.
Would my plus 2 from before still count, or is
No.
that gone?
No,
Okay,
that's
what
gone.
I thought you
We
were
are now in a long
Athletics.
So yeah, it's still
series of
partial.
rolls.
Holy balls. Batman. Dramatic.
So you don't fall asleep.
Oh.
Heroic.
You don't fall asleep.
Partial.
You see Vali occasionally nodding off. So that means you're going to be awake the entire time to get a full observance on the site. So now we make our perception and awareness to observe people going in and out of the site. Depending on what you score on this, will determine bonuses to the next roll, which will be streetwise and intuition.
Dramatic success?
Shit.
No.
No?
Please tell me you made that.
I got a success.
Okay, with his success and your dramatic, you get a dramatic, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For
You
once.
get a +1 on the next one. Streetwise and intuition to try to guess how many people are there and what the situation is. But you all see the standard people. Well, I shouldn't say standard. You see a lot of people going into and out of the target building, and you get the idea that there might be a few people in there at all times. I'm not describing that well.
Success.
Success.
I got a success.
Okay.
What was it again?
Streetwise and intuition.
Heroic.
Okay. So the party determines as they're seeing people coming into and out of the building, also noises from the building, things like that, that there are indeed probably about 20 people in there at any one time.
Male versus female?
You're guessing there's probably about 12 to 16 men in there. And there may be as many as 12 to 16 women. As the evening begins to roll out, the thieves seem to actually be bedding down tonight,
Mm-hmm.
as you see people constantly filtering into the building to go to sleep. So either they're sleeping off a score, or they're laying low.
That's odd either way. And this is Arajun, so if Bel is the patron god of the city, officially or unofficially, either way,
Unofficially.
then sicking Sath on him isn't really going to do much.
Oh, but the Temple of Zath, it's an orange. And remember, we work for Durley Moak.
Mm-hmm.
And Moak's
But-
whole thing is try to reestablish it. He will love you for it.
I was about to say, but we are working for the Temple of Zath for all practical purposes. Plus, there's these flyers going around. You had to go and throw that away.
Well, I don't think he told us about those flyers though.
He has not yet. You've not
so
seen one.
we don't know. He only knows.
So I
We
will
don't
mention
know.
out loud, is there a way for us to get Zath, the Temple of Zath, on these assholes? Boy, that's discreet. Because then we're not even having fingerprints on this.
Well, supposedly
Well, as a
locals
matter
are
of
saying
fact,
that
and I
they're-
explained to you the contents of the notice, the flyer as I read it.
Can I roll my intelligence again this time?
BAM! And you didn't bother telling us about this?
What, Kara? These cults.
No.
We are
I don't know
working
what
for
the
a
hell is
cult
up with that particular roll.
who does not like these people.
He's daydreaming about this Kanara.
Don't you think that is relevant information considering our job?
This girl never ceases wagging her tongue.
What's initiative again?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You seriously getting into a fight with him?
No, In character,
She's on the edge.
I'm on the edge of just reaching out and grabbing him by the nads and squeezing hard.
Just calm down.
Go out into the street very discreetly and get us a couple of those flyers. And we're going to go to the temple, our little boss there, and report these guys as passing out.
Freeman, roll your intelligence. Double it and roll it real quick. See if you realize something.
Double it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get to double mine.
And you had to sleep with her.
Never let it be said that I show favoritism to my spouse in game.
Yes. Heroic.
It occurs to you that he'd be the last person you want to send out there because his accent will give him away.
So I would probably be the
Pat,
serpent.
wake up. We need you to go out and get some flyers. The Bell Temple is apparently passing out.
That's very strange.
Mhm.
Usually I'm a bit more subtle than that.
Yeah, well, and we want to get rid of these people because they're bothering our client. And our other client is perfectly happy to probably do the heavy lifting for us and therefore leave us fingerprint free.
That makes sense.
Win-win for everybody.
I will go look for a flyer.
Oh, and we can charge double.
So Valley descends into the street looking for one of these Bellix flyers.
Yeah, discreetly.
Okay, I need you to give me a Streetwise and Perception roll. Actually, Streetwise and Fate. Because you're trying to come across somebody who has the item.
This is just a form of income she can understand. Puppy.
Success.
A success.
Yep.
So you're fishing around the street looking for this flyer, and
Jeez,
you like just go up and
Did you
ask
hear
people,
that stuff?
"Hey,
I heard it.
have you seen a flyer's app? I mean, a flyer belt.
No.
How are you trying to find this? How are you approaching people for it?"
Probably find them on the ground. People have been throwing them
Yeah,
away.
because I mean, if they've been passed around, there's probably one like Kale did of tossing it to the side.
You do indeed find a discarded one in the street.
They gotta be everywhere.
And another. It occurs to you, holy
Mhm.
shit, the source of whoever's printing these flyers must be nearby.
Yep.
Does it seem like they're more in one particular direction than
Here's a
another?
city I never heard of.
No,
No.
In Zamora.
but they do like things that were thrown off and cast in the
Larsha
street.
the Accursed.
I haven't heard that one either.
Huh.
Must be pastiche.
Okay. So more.
It's a 0.5.
It might be possible that the flyers are coming from the building, though. Then, right?
I don't
Could
know
be
if
a
Howard ever
possibility.
mentioned
Well, as
this
you
one.
look at the message on the flyer, I need an enigmas and intelligence roll.
I don't have enigmas.
Straight intelligence.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
All you need is a success.
I got a
Marsha?
heroic.
Hidden in the text are instructions on how to approach the door. You have a heroic.
Yep.
You manage to decipher from the thing, approach the door, rap 4 times, say the password, but then you can't decipher what the password is.
Shit. Can I look at it
But
again?
it's all we need for incriminating evidence because it points out the building we're actually looking at. We have all we need to get the Zathis to raid this place and take our hands off it.
Okay. So it'll probably take at least like
Besides,
a
my character
couple.
hasn't met our patron, and I'd like to do it in person. Well, I haven't. Character has.
Take a couple, discreetly tuck it inside of his jacket, and then kind of meander back off to our tenant building.
Okay?
And he'll probably, like, there's street vendors and stuff around, right?
Yes.
So he'll probably purchase something from a street vendor there. Now, what kind of items are
Oh,
on?
very smart.
What kind of items are on? Is it like like trinkets?
Much like a flea market, you have people selling stuff they no longer have use for, someone else might have use for. Trinkets,
does-
baubles, old pottery,
Does
amasakas, lemonade bars.
okay? I actually have something specific I want to ask here. So, does one of them have something like a choker type necklace, something kind of pretty, but not really?
Give me a fate and barter roll to try to find the item.
He
It
is
would be-
trying to get something.
Hold on, so you can see how this works. Is actually a demonstration how the market system works. Showing fate and barter to try to find the item, see if it's in the market. It would be a very common item that gives you a +3.
+3. Okay. Well, I definitely would need that on that.
All you need is a success.
Hopefully I get it. Hold on. My fate's real low.
I remember.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised about that because she does magic.
And you said it's a +3?
Mm-hmm.
So that's +3 AV.
Yes. My
Yeah,
wife
you
used
move
the
your
proper
chair
game
back
term.
A little bit. I can stretch my legs out. I don't
I
have to
got a
walk around
partial.
so much.
So you don't find something that you would wear, but you find something that'll work.
Okay. Well, he's not looking for him. So it wouldn't matter if it was something he would wear.
So you find the item.
Okay, and he'll purchase it.
That'll be an E, please. Electrum.
An Electrum?
A bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll haggle because it's expected.
You can't go any lower than one Electrum.
Yes,
Oh,
you can.
really?
You can cut it in pieces.
I don't want to get that complicated because then we start getting to all kinds of like mites and bits, and no, I just want to keep it simple.
Since when don't you like nuance?
Especially with money.
You're a man of
libertarian,
nuance.
you. Libertarian
You mean like my
capitalist.
handwriting, how nuanced it is?
No, that's just scraggly.
Can you hear it?
You're telling me you capitalist libertarian, you don't want to get nuanced about money?
Well, he does have to stay within the game rules, so there is a
I was
restriction.
just teasing you because that is something they actually would do in real life.
Okay, so he'll pay the person an Electrum,
Okay.
and then
actually
he'll
s-
head back to the building. Take the choker and tuck it
Roman
discreetly
brass
to
pieces
a
in the
pocket.
cut.
So what's the choker for?
I kid you not.
Escanara.
Who are you?
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. You're taking the incredibly pretty dancer, the cheapest bauble you could find.
Well, no.
He's a Zamorn.
He was looking for something. He was looking for something pretty.
Well, you didn't say
I said that. He was looking
He
for
did
something
actually.
pretty.
There's
Actually.
things that are pretty, and there's things that are quality that are also
Bauble
pretty.
Can be pretty.
Okay, so a pretty bauble is going to run you like about 4 to 5E.
Okay.
You're willing to buy that?
Yes.
Okay, so you buy her a pretty bauble for 4 to 5E. Mark it off on the character sheet.
Build wise.
Okay,
This one.
now back in the target flat, we're looking at the target building. What do y'all want to do?
We're waiting for our
Volley comes back.
Volley to come back.
Yep.
All right, what did you find, Volley?
He hands over one of the flyers.
Okay, fine. If not,
It's coded.
oh, in what way?
If you see this here, and here says to go up to the door, and he said knock 4 times,
Mm-hmm.
and knock 4 times, and there's a
I knew that,
password.
by
I
the way.
haven't figured out what the
I didn't know, I
password
suspected.
is, but there's a
But I was
password
playing
that
the
needs to be
character.
said.
You know what?
I had a sneaking suspicion that
So we
flyer
can
was
take this to our
maybe coded
patron.
with some secret messages.
This is
Oh, yeah.
incriminating as hell,
I agree. That was
and
good.
it's
wouldn't
obviously
surrender.
where they're distributing
Yeah, I
these
agree.
flyers from. So they're kind of breaking all the rules that keeps the peace between Bell and Zath in this town. Gee, well, we just have to do our patriotic duty and report them, don't we?
It would appear
For a small
so.
finder's fee, of course.
Of course.
So, why don't we go talk to our patron?
You go speak with Durley Mulk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you
We'll
want
have
to
to
leave anyone?
do
Do
it
you want to leave
strictly, of
anyone
course.
here to observe the building while someone's going to talk to Mulk?
Who would be best to talk to? Because again, I have not, as a player, met this character yet.
What, Volley? So I guess Volley will go talk to Dearly Mole.
I want to go because, frankly, me as a player hasn't met this character yet. So
So you
So,
stay and watch the
Kale-
building. All right. So we leave Kale alone to watch the building.
I know it's not exactly the smartest thing in the world to do, but we're spread kind of thin right now.
Mm,
Kale,
now,
watch the building.
So you all have to go talk to
Nothing
Mock. No,
else.
Mock is over in the good parts of Arjun, because that's where the temple would be. So you're going to have to spend at least an hour to
How do I
walk
get out of
there.
it?
And you have to go through the rigmarole of meeting him and getting through all the pleasantries and all that stuff. So I'm going to say you guys are gone for at least 2 hours. Get there, convo, come back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. For you, alone, nothing to do for 2 hours. Watch the building.
This is like hunting.
I need a will and meditation roll.
Oof. This is like hunting. Think of it as hunting.
Oh, that's a good time.
Yeah, you're good tough. I've been trying to get her up here all evening. Yeah, because I want to make Jojo jealous. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, kissy, kissy, kissy. Who's a good boogie boogie girl?
I know we say it every week,
Ooh.
but she really is the perfect dog for
Heroic.
perfect dog for Ruth and I.
She's
Heroic.
Why?
Just how lovely she is.
She's awesome, man.
Right. So you ended up with a heroic success.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you managed not to break anything or go stir crazy. More importantly, you managed not to break anyone or go stir crazy.
No one pays me a visit?
No. Nobody comes into the room, but you have lots of noise going on alongside you. People having arguments. I mean,
This is
not to sound racist,
but it's a tenement building.
but picture that you're in an apartment building full of, say,
Italian Americans.
I was actually going to go with Haitians. Haitian culture, by its nature, is loud and bombastic, and when somebody has a problem and the yelling starts, everybody hears it in a tenement building.
Yeah, like it is. Like
Okay.
Italian
One
Americans.
wonder this world is never going to get to the next level. Just kind of thinking, okay, I get it. No, I got you. So Kale's basically like,
Yeah.
okay.
So by the time, and that's important because by the time they get back here, he's a little irritated.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all, you walk over to the Temple of Zath in Orange. When you arrive, the temple is doing its normal thing. There are dancing girls in front of the statue trying to persuade Zath to bestow them his favor. Imogen, the one girl you saw a couple of adventures ago who did really well and was marked as Zath, is in that procession, and all the girls are following her lead. She's in this complicated spiral twisting dance where the dancers actually move on a pattern on the floor. One of the silent ones comes over to you and bows to the party and motions with his hand like this, leading you up the semi-spiral staircase to the second floor where you meet Malk. You have to wait for about 15 minutes before Malk enters. He comes in with 4 of his silent one bodyguards. And since you've not heard the description, Malk is a man in his early 60s, but he's still built powerfully like he's in his 30s.
So basically, Sean Connery. In his prime.
He's clearly doing something to stay active physically. He's not got any like flab or loose hanging skin. It's all muscle. And his eyes, you can see the drive. Right? He keeps a short white beard. He wears
Now I'm only picturing Sean Connery.
he wears a black kind of priestly robe with spider motif and armored arm greaves.
Zardoz.
Band braces.
Oh.
No, I mean specifically arm greaves. They go from here to there as one solid piece. There's no articulation. Like a Van Brandt's. Because you say Van Brandt's, I think you know the whole articulated kind of thing.
Yeah, well, that's actually a gauntlet.
So, anyway, this is why I wanted to avoid that conversation. So,
Agreed.
Malk walks in and goes, "How do you do? I didn't expect a personal appearance. Has something dramatic happened that I need to know about right away?"
We feel that you might want to see this. And just so you know, it is coded. This provides instructions.
Well, this is just
to-
terrible as a Morin. Here he's using the wrong tenses. This is clearly the work of a foreigner or someone who's not been raised very well.
It's also coded.
It all starts with education. Coded, really?
Yes, coded. If you read this here, and this here says basically to open the door of the
Push
place
the
you're
door,
in.
knock on the door, and say the password of Fowler,
Huh.
You hadn't figured that out
written
yet.
as flower. You can't tell which disgusts Mox more. The murder of the Zamoran language or this foreign cult trying to set up shop in the city.
We had the building case.
His pride has been picked by both accounts. With disgust and disdain, he hands you back the letter and goes, "I see. You, give me a location and where is it located? This building."
Give him the
Relay,
location.
relay.
Also,
Yeah.
give him. There's a front
He's
door.
like, "Oh,
There's a front door, a back door.
well, that presents us with a minor complication."
Mm.
Oh, really?
So one of the interesting things about Aranjun is that Aranjun was set up late, and as such, a lot of the land in Aranjun actually still technically belongs to nobles rather than to the city. And so some of the nobles own slices of the city, are technically the city's landlords, which is where they get their profit from. That particular section of the city belongs to someone I cannot afford to piss off. So, I will not be able to help you directly. However, he walks over to a desk, pulls out a letter, pens it real quick, wraps some gold coins up with it, wraps the letter close, seals it, hands it to you and goes, "That should buy you about 10 able-bodied mercenaries to help you. Go
That's
forth,
most generous of you.
go forth and purify the land for the glory of Zath." He holds out his ring for you to kiss.
Yeah, of course.
Don't look at me.
Excuse me.
I'm a foreign
Foreigner.
witch. What do I know?
Do we have any progress on revealing who the nameless cabal is that's bringing sorcery and demonology to the city?
Actually,
Yes.
we're kind of hoping this would actually get us closer, but it's turned out to be something of the dead.
Well, it's a foreign god, but it's not the same thing as demonology. However, you were
Exactly.
right to bring it to my attention. Thank you. I look forward to hearing your report.
Of course.
Now, the reason I was about to say is you were that wrapping around the top with the central fire. I was kind of assuming that there was possibly a magic involved, but turns out it's just a temple of Baal. And oh well, dead end.
Well,
That happens.
you bring up that concern, and he, having higher religious score, will say, Mook says, well, the Shemite gods actually burn sacrifices to their gods. So if it's a secret temple to Bel, they may be using the roof as a place for burnt offering rather than the chimney. Because they have to cook food in the chimney to offer the sacrifice, the same place where you're cooking your daily food would profane it.
Ah.
So it might be that they're simply offering their burnt offerings there.
Oh well,
That would explain things.
I would explain that. But like I said, it turned out to be a dead end.
All right. I look forward to your report.
Of course.
All right, so let's get ourselves some mercenaries. You know where to go?
I'm sure Volley knows where to find some mercenaries, and not necessarily at the Wretched Horde, though I'm pretty sure you could probably find them there too.
The letter lists which barracks to go to, which company to hire, and the discreet men to ask for. I mean, it's got whole written instructions.
Oh, okay, well, that
Oh,
makes
good.
it easier.
He's giving us a cookbook.
All right. So you've got 10 extras that will count as mercenaries to help you besiege the temple. At least what you think is the Temple of Bel. Do you bring any of your own extra people? Perdage and his boys.
Well, actually, I'll ask Berdage if he wants in on this, because it could be fun.
Though maybe we should send one of Perdage's men to the hospital with Escanara just to keep an eye on help keep an eye on things. Because I mean, having some like a fighter with her would probably be a good idea. I know that's not Volley's.
Perdage says, if you take that building without your young lady, she's never going to let you all forgive it.
Oh, I'm well aware of that, but we still need somebody to watch out for the doctor's office after you're being paid.
I will put Zasha and Zosha on the good doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I will continue to run affairs here at the hovel, because I've proven to be most trustworthy.
Oh yeah, you're not skimming much at all.
Thank you. I'm very discreet and have good self-discipline. Plus, I have to keep people happy. Perdage, I'm coming, my dear. Perdage, I'm coming, my dear. And,
You do realize you're going to wear yourself out at this pace.
I spent 3 years in a dark mine chopping ore.
He's got
I'm
some
owed.
to work off. He's got a while before he burns out.
Yeah, that's a good
He's
point.
backlogged.
You definitely have some built-up urges there.
So,
I suppose we'll have to go fetch Escanara then on our way over. So.
Okay.
Yes, we will.
so you return to the hospital to fetch Iskanara. She is talking with Nuitshu, and Nuitshu just looks enraptured by this woman. She's just like, how do I do it? And you can't hear what they're asking because they shut up before they get there, but the impression is that Iskanara was confiding advice to her about how to seduce somebody.
Yeah.
She wants to seduce her boss.
Probably.
Just remember what I said, dear. Uh-huh.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
All right.
Alrighty. So, Escanara, do you want to go? You want to go raid a Temple of Bel and basically kick some heads in?
A Temple of Bel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know. It's a very strange thing. It's not very discreet at all.
Bel doesn't have temples.
No, he does not.
He does not. That's the point.
The Shemites put all their gods in the same palace and worship them all together, lest one of them get jealous and create problems.
Again, definitely something odd going on at this place, and so we're going to bust down the doors and kick some heads in.
Yes, I definitely feel we should. And she kind of pauses for a second. Gets this weird look in her eyes, and she's back to normal. We should definitely check this out.
Yep. Okay, this is an idea I'm going to have. I'm going to make this. We want to make this look. We want to be subtle about this in the sense of making sure it's not us that gets blamed, or the good doctor, or the good temple. So we're going to make this look like a spontaneous crowd reaction to the Bel supporters being so over the top about their proselytizing. So this is going to be disguised as a riot.
How are you going to disguise it as a riot?
Well,
At this point, I assume we're back in the same room with Gale.
Well, let's just say, let's have our mercenaries here all dressed up in civilian clothing, not as soldiers, waving Xanthite banner, doing whatever Xanthites do when they get pissed off about a foreign religion, horning in on their territory.
Especially with the mercenaries around the building making noise, protesting, try to work up the crowd.
Yep. And doing whatever Xanthites do when they get pissed off about a foreign religion getting too
Okay. Okay. They can hand that up.
I mean, it's all obviously from what you discovered. they're kind of pissed about this.
Yeah, the locals are not too terribly pleased about the whole proselytizing thing.
But if they're making noise, how are you getting through the back door without being detected? Because it's going to put
That's
people
the
inside the
point.
building on alert.
That's the point. We're getting into the back door without being detected at this point. We're going to have to deal with how many people?
Probably about 20 to 30.
Yeah, and even with the 10 mercenaries, it's going to get bloody fast. So basically, we're going to get the crowd worked up. They're going to go at the building, and we'll use that to burst in, and then have the crowd basically coming in with us, and that will mix everything up
Okay.
nicely.
I ask Iskanara, are you in knowing commune with that incubus?
What?
Miss Canara looks at you and says, I'm going to roll
What?
this out just a little bit. Kale, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm
What-
a little confused
What
too.
demon are you referring to? Because
What?
I'm clearly not a sorcerer.
What's the name of that? This is me asking you. The
Maybe.
You're referring
guy.
to Yarapol,
Yeah,
the demon that Maul keeps.
correct.
No.
You're not in knowing communication with it.
I am a servant of Ishtar. I communicate her will.
I'm paranoid.
We know that.
She has these little sessions where she seems to blank out and in.
Well, yeah, but that's not anything to do with the demon.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's when the goddess wants to make her will known.
Easy, kitty, baby.
I've had it since I was a girl. It's why I was chosen. We've been through this.
Gail, stop with the theological discussions. You're not built for it.
The mercenaries go, all right, so since this might get hairy,
That's true.
the mercenaries go, since this might get hairy, you might want to armor up.
Oh yeah, we will. But we'll have to wear stuff that can't be obvious. We're gonna have to wear stuff that can hide under our clothes.
Well, we thought of that, and they pull out the gamsons and stuff you could actually put clothing over.
Mm-hmm.
So they brought light armor. The light armor so the way the armor works in the game system, we have to be concerned about not only its RV for what it stops, but also what areas of the body it covers. This armor you're wearing will cover everything but your head,
Mm-hmm.
your lower arms, and your lower legs.
Yep. I was actually gonna put a chain shirt on.
So basically, from the knee to the neck.
I was gonna put a chain shirt on.
Do you own a chain shirt?
I thought I did.
You do not. We have
Yeah,
not
I
had the
don't
ability
think
to afford
we
it
have
yet.
any- Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
haven't
right.
had any armor.
I was thinking of what we were in
So-
the ring.
So this is light armor. Hear me out. So this is light armor. Now the other thing that makes this game's army system unique is that I'm basing the armor more off, as I had the discussion at the fair, more off real world physics. So light armor allows you to get the armor bonus against any slashing or puncture
There
attack.
it is.
Okay. Chopping attacks go right through it, and you only get the armor RV instead of your constitution. So this is how this works. Let's say I hit Kale with a weapon. He's not wearing any armor. Kale does not get to resist the damage. I just roll and see what damage he takes. But if Kale's wearing a suit of armor that can stop the attack, then Kale gets to add both the armor and his constitution as an RV against the score. So if his constitution is
My constitution
6, right?
is a 6. Yes.
and he's wearing a +2 suit of armor, and that armor can stop the type of attack, then he's got a +8 to resist the attack. If the attack is some kind of attack that the armor does not resist, normally, then he only gets the armor bonus and not his constitution. I know that seems odd, but the reason I did it that way is so that characters with high stats are just as afraid of getting stabbed by a knife as characters with low stats. Alright? So on that case, he'll get the +2 from the armor. Because the armor is trying to stop something it's not normally designed to stop, so you don't get to add your constitution to it. And if he's not wearing the armor at all, then he doesn't get anything. He gets a lethal attack.
Okay.
You get your constitution as a bonus against bashing attacks because everybody's body is actually designed to resist bashing.
It's actually one of the things biologically
Does that make
we're
sense?
actually pretty tough at.
Okay, so by wearing this light armor, any slashing weapon, which is what these guys are likely to have, and any puncture attack, such as an arrow, a stab with a sword, the armor will help protect against all of that. This is a +2 set of armor,
Mm-hmm.
and it's everything from your knee to your neck. And as it is light armor, it does not impede you.
Which is very good.
You have no negatives to act, so all your skills are normal.
So +2 slash, +2 puncture,
+2 slash, +2 puncture, everything from your knee to your neck.
and bash.
It would count against bashing too.
So +2 there.
Yeah.
And covering upper arm, upper leg,
Upper arm,
and
upper
chest.
leg.
And chest.
Mm-hmm. So when I roll random hit location on a die 20, we compare it to that and we see where you get hit. Okay. For instance, location 12 should be your chest, right?
14 to 16 actually have the upper arm.
12 is
Upper arm.
upper arm? Okay. So that would be covered by the armor.
And Constitution's added to that, +2?
Correct.
So it'd be +7.
So keep the +2 there because there's times when you're only using the armor instead. Like if you get hit with an axe, which is the chopping weapon, you only get the armor's bonus instead of your actual constitution. Okay. So you're armored up.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan is have them make noise, then we sneak through the back door, or we're just going to bash through the back door.
Wait, get the crowd whipped up into a frenzy and have them basically go at the building. You say we're going to cause a riot.
Okay. And the point of causing the riot is to obviously get people inside distracted.
To get them distracted, and to basically make an excuse for us to go through the door without having to worry about getting caught going through the door.
So the plan basically is get the riot to give us justification to break and enter.
Yeah.
And then once you break and enter, what's the plan, Freywin?
Oh, basically just take this gang out. Don't want to. We're not going to kill anybody.
How are we going to keep the crowd from killing them?
Well, that's the thing.
That's fine.
We promise not to kill them.
Oh, I see. So
Oh.
Freywin's definitely going to be the letter of her agreement rather than the spirit of it.
We
So,
will, to be fair, I will try, as Freywin, will try to save as many of the
so the
women as
mercenaries have no problems killing people because that's what they're paid to do.
possible.
But with uncharacteristic, actually not all of them are Zamorans because they'd be mercenaries. Some of them go, wait a minute, you say there's civilians in this building?
Like I said, all we're trying to do is get them out of this building and get them out of this neighborhood. If we don't have to kill them, don't.
So if people run, we're going to let them flee.
Yes. Women,
The mercenaries are on board with that. That way if a woman stays and doesn't flee the combat, they can assume she's a combatant.
yeah, any woman who fights is treated as a combatant. Any woman who either surrenders
Okay.
or runs is to be treated as a civilian.
They're not happy about it, but that is pretty standard battlefield morality. They'll do it.
Yeah. And again,
Kale, you want to jump
if
in
they
on this?
don't-
Add
if
any
they don't
suggestions?
fight, let them run.
What's that?
You want to jump into this? Add any suggestions?
Kale here, of course, will be happy to kill anything that moves.
I'm the muscle. She seems to have the bases covered.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything, to be honest.
I'm also relying on real world Matthew Diaz's experience with.
Yeah, actually, this is based on what happened in Fallujah with my brother, and I'm just doing it from the opposite direction.
Okay,
See, I never would have thought of that.
so here's our plan. We're going to get the crowd racked up. They give us an excuse to break in, and then we all break in, and hopefully everything goes according to plan from there. If they flee, let them run. Other than that, kill everyone inside the building.
If they resist, like I said, if they surrender, treat them as non-combatants. If they just give up, just
So we are
bash them
giving
on the
quarter.
head, take them in.
Well, if the crowd doesn't want to give them quarter when they surrender.
Well, again, that's the reason why we're the mercenaries and we're the armed people.
All right.
They want to burn down the building and destroy the temple. Let them have at it.
All right.
Okay.
Gang leader, if anybody resists, it's on them. Damn, we're screwed.
Everybody take a chip.
I take a chip.
Yeah, that was a pretty good plan. Everybody take a chip.
Well, it's all on Matt, really. Real good plan, Matt.
Thank you. Oh, why?
I hope I get a black one.
Okay.
If I actually get a black
So,
Did you just get the black one?
I got a black.
You got the epic!
Wow.
Nice.
You son of a bitch!
Well, I
you.
didn't finish my sentence. I was saying as I was grabbing for it, if I actually get the black, I'm going to give it to Matt. Because he came up with the plan.
Okay, I'll be happy to switch.
Yeah.
Nice.
There.
Yeah, I mean, to be perfectly honest, considering what these guys are doing,
what you woofing about?
trying to whip up a revolution like they are, I mean, you realize how
What you woofing about?
what they're planning on,
Tappy,
how out of control that could get,
Tappy,
how
quiet.
bloody,
Oh, I
how messy it
Quiet.
would be. We've all read about the French Revolution. Like I said, I don't have a lot of sympathy for these
Tucky, what you woofing about?
The women, though, I do.
And the children.
And
What you woofing
the
about?
children, maybe. I do.
Okay,
Bye.
so
Spare them as many as we can, but
this is a battle map for the bottom. By the way, as you can see, there's the reason why I keep cardboard around. So I can make quick battle maps
Grid
and
maps.
tiles out of it, right?
Nice.
So that's the building. Use some straight edges for drawing on the map. Now, about 15 feet from the buildings where the other buildings are.
I'm gonna need something that's less than fatal necessarily. So, is there any good pile of firewood around here?
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
By the way, I hear you guys often talking about the whole letter of the law versus spirit of the law adage. How far are you able to deviate from the letter via the spirit before, or is this debatable always?
It's always sort of debatable to a certain point.
But you have to interpret it within certain reasonable
Yeah, I mean,
parameters,
for example, murder. Okay, letter law says you kill somebody without legal authorization, you've committed murder. However, at that point, the law starts going, well, if the person you killed was doing this, that, or the other, then it's self-defense and not necessarily murder. Or let's say you didn't actually intend to kill anyone, you just did something stupid. Well, that's manslaughter because you didn't actually intend to kill anyone. Yada yada, and then you start getting into the nuances and spirit of the law and so on and so forth. But after a certain point,
Can we move the fudge off the table, please?
yeah,
Yeah.
you get to a certain point, however, let's say, yes, he did something to you, but he ran off your property, he was no longer in your property, he was running away, and you shot him in the back. Yeah, that's murder. You know. And of course, it also differs from society to society. For example, in, let's say, the Middle Ages, he assaulted you, he tried to kill you, he ran off your property, he was running away, you still have the right to hunt him down and kill him. Because he actually tried to kill you.
Okay, Ruth, can you speak real quick for me?
Yo.
Okay, good.
Thank you,
We still
Matt.
catch you.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is your target building. Then this is your area around it. These are the two buildings I put on the map before. These are the stalls. We were coming through that back courtyard, you said?
Yep, that's the door I want to go through. If at all possible, because they'll have a choice between dealing with us or dealing with the crowd.
So, on round one, the crowd begins to gather. And I'm actually rather going to use miniatures for the crowd.
Remember, we have to redraw our chips every session, so try to use that in this fight.
I am. Actually, I'm going to try and do it to try and keep it less bloody, if at all possible.
Don't worry, I'll take care of the wenches.
Yeah, I know you
Just
will.
kidding.
Yeah, I know you would. Actually, I was counting on that. You're big and you're intimidating, so you're the most likely person to keep the crowd from getting out of hand when it comes to the women. As long as they don't fight back. So anything you can do in that regard, by all means, have at it.
I crave the clangor of battle and the stench of slaughter.
Dude, not even Conan's that bloodthirsty.
All right, so these represent our mercenaries, which are busy keeping the crowd going like that. How many mercenaries did you put on that task? You had 10 of them to use.
Well, we have 10, so I would say maybe 3 to 5. So 3's good.
Let's say 6. That way they're working in pairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that gives us 4 to
Gives
work
you
with.
4 guys to work with.
And that's more than enough, considering there's 5 of us. So
All right. So, Iskanara, Wally,
Yep.
Kale,
boy, that is so you.
That was so.
and
You had me up there earlier.
red hair, I'm thinking. Easy to spot, the dwarf
Yeah.
woman with red hair. Okay, so these are our parties. And these will be 2 mercs, and these will be 2 mercs. Okie dokie?
Okie
Okay.
All right, so you come to the back door.
She loves it.
Yeah, we love a good girl.
Which is that 5-foot square I just marked. Okay, and there are windows. The windows are all shuttered. The first thing I need is obviously trying to get to the back door without being seen. I need stealth and agility. Now, hold on before you start rolling.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark, and there's a distraction. That's +6. However, the area is under heavy observation because there's people now looking out their windows. That's an extra -4. So you're rolling your stealth and
+2.
agility +2.
Even I passed arithmetic. Ooh. Actually, that's probably a S.
Oh, I forgot to put the stats for a club down here.
It's agility, right?
Club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta get the stats written down for
I
a
got
club
it.
here before the fight breaks out. Okay,
7?
Let's do this roll here
What?
first, though.
Well, I do have a 7 on agility.
Probably will take
Yeah.
a club.
Okay, so I actually got a heroic on that. I thought I had it, just was confusing it.
Matthew, a club is a +2 blunt weapon.
Shit. I Again, why can't I roll like this in combat? Alright, I got a 6.
Okay.
25.
Yeah, 25. And this is a +1,
+2.
+2. Epic, +1.
Jesus, that's 2 fucking. I thought he gets a.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw because it's just easier. I just throw him one. I drew random, just like you would.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Anytime you
You
roll-
don't
anytime
automatically
the
get a
players roll the
black
epic.
because you get an epic.
No, anytime you roll an epic, you get a draw from the hat.
Got it.
Okay? So, you got the 5-foot door there, you managed to all approach it, nobody gets detected, which is kind of impressive with a group that big.
I could use those.
The next thing I need is someone to do a lockpick on the door, unless you're going to break it down with your strength.
Does anybody have lockpick? Because Wally doesn't.
And
I
does
don't.
Does anyone want to take a turn to listen at the door, see if there's anything on the other
Yes.
side of it first?
Yes, I will do that. And here, make sure we actually get it.
So, passing success, she goes up the door, and Freywin,
Yep.
you hear no one immediately behind the door. You can assume that with your hearing, you can probably hear up to about half this distance
Mm-hmm.
accurately.
Yeah, we have no clue about the layout of the interior, so
That's correct.
yeah.
So no idea what's there.
Okay.
Going in blind.
Yeah. Well, there's no way around that, unfortunately, unless we had captured somebody earlier, which would have tipped them off anyway.
So, just so you know, one of the things I had taken account for is what if one of you decided to try to join the cult to get a look for the floor plan and everything first?
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
That would have been an option to do it too.
Yeah, but that would have taken too
It's a
long.
great
We only
idea.
had.
You didn't really have a time limit.
Yeah. Well, the doctor said as quickly as possible, so my
The
attitude
doctor did
was,
say as quickly as possible. He said he would wait. He just didn't. He wanted to put a little fire in because obviously he wants it solved quickly. Particularly, there was no time limit. But hey, we want to flashbang break it. We can do that.
I took his word for it. So
I understand. All right. So, anybody try to lockpick the door?
None of us have lockpick skills.
So rather, again, you don't have to have the skill to attempt it. The skill just makes it easier.
True.
Your option is to break it down with your strength and athletics, or try to lockpick the door.
We can
One of
use
the
tail
two.
as a
is
battering ram.
lockpick an agility skill? Or
It's an agility.
Who has the highest agility?
I do.
I have 3. I have an agility of 3.
What?
Do you have
So.
2 of my whites?
No.
By accident? You have all those chips?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
accumulated them and I haven't spent them.
Yeah, he has a split.
Oh, here, right here. I got that's right. Okay.
All I have is whites up to this point, so I was kind of hoarding them until the big combat round.
So,
I'm going to try. This is not exactly my field of expertise, but I'm going to give it a shot since I have a 7.
okay.
And I made it. Got a 15. Got a heroic. Roll a
So you're
15.
very fortunate. This is a very simple lock. All they've done is they've thrown a slight bar across the door because this is a ramshackle building. You can actually see the bar through the jam between the door
Oh,
and the wall.
shit!
All you gotta do is slip a dagger in there and lift. You've cleared the bar.
Okay. Now what you said about the club? Are you get +2?
Club is a +2 blunt weapon.
+2 button weapon.
Wally has a club too, by the way, just so you know.
So we open up the door and you look inside. All right. So you have this. Actually, you pull up my map.
And your total AV is is the weapons armor value plus
Plus strength.
strength. Okay. So that would be
While you're drawing that out, I'm going to take a tinkle.
a 8
Okay.
or a plus 9 if I'm going to throw it. I can throw a club, right?
Yes.
Just making sure because that's one of my things is rolled weapons. So-
Okay. So you see the front door on the opposite side.
Oh.
You see a hearth over here. This is where they have their chimney on this side. So this is like the hearth where they're cooking. The
It's just basically one big room, isn't it?
You have tables.
I'm sorry. Gotta stand up here, dude.
No problem.
No, I was talking to him, so I didn't want to block his light too much. This is just basically one big room then, huh? This hugely simplifies matters. It really does. Because once the crowd gets in through the front door, we can just go ahead and go right up the stairs and start doing our business.
All right, so you got these long tables that are just represented by the shaded squares. The hearth is over here. You see a stairwell that goes up, and in this bottom area, there are some thieves, of course. Like there's 2 looking out the windows. There's no one here prepping something getting right before the door.
Oh, really? hell is that?
That looks like a Khajiit.
Yeah, that's like a cat thing.
Yeah, a Khajiit. Well, from the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, it kind of does. You're right. I've seen pictures. I haven't played the game, but I've seen pictures of them.
That's what James wants to play.
And then coming down the stairs, there's a guy.
Yes.
Now, all these men look like thieves. You see people quickly strapping on armor. They're all wearing things like padding, leather, nothing really like heavy armor, although some of the managers have heavy armor. Two of the thieves have short bows, which are the two I presented on the table. The one in front of the door is like doing something weird with a pair of wires to the door.
Setting up a trap.
And he has something on his belt that it's kind of hard to see. It's kind of seeing the rush conditions I'm giving this one round. But it's like this weird kind of like belt full of leather pouches. You're not sure what he's doing. The two thieves by the front, however, are armed with, one has a big two-handed war club, and the other one has a pair of short swords, one in each hand. The guy that's holding the staff, in addition to the wires things he has strapped to his back, light halberd. They must have gotten like off a guard or something. The ceiling here is actually 8 feet tall, 8 feet high, so you have just enough room that with a little chop you can make down a good downward chop on somebody, but the roof will somewhat prevent over the head strikes.
Interfere with him doing that. Yeah, so he's going to be doing long strikes from the side.
Well, he's probably got it to thrust through the windows.
Yeah.
That's why he grabbed it.
If he's going to be fighting inside, he'll be doing a lot of side swipes. Mm-hmm. Which means he'll need a lot of room around him. Otherwise, he's going to be hurting his buddies.
So this is what you see. Now, we have not actually walked through the door yet.
Mm-hmm.
They have not detected you. You technically have a turkey shoot.
Boy,
what do you want to do?
Do we? Kale, do you want to have fun with the guy coming down the stairs?
Aye.
And me and one of the mercenaries will take out the two bowmen.
Okay.
They're within easy rushing distance.
Shit. Okay. So right before you're about to cross the threshold, give me an intuition and traps roll. Sorry, perception and traps roll.
Oh, I'm looking for a trap.
At -4 because of the darkness.
Yeah, I'm looking for... Actually, that's a good point.
Perception and awareness,
Yeah.
-4 because of the darkness.
Now I'm thinking of the best way to trip the trap without actually getting caught in it. Yeah. Success.
Just as you're about to go across the threshold, you see a very thin wire running along the bottom, tied to a bell.
What would happen? There's some times that actually setting off an alarm is actually going to play to your favor because it makes everybody in the room hesitate and freeze for a moment.
You want to try to trip it and see what happens?
Well, no, I know what's going to happen. The bell's going to go and they're all going to freeze. And that'll give us the chance, if there is any danger as far as blade or whatever, that will also go off, of course. But then we have a second, hopefully, to rush them before they react.
And in their moment of being startled.
But yeah, because they're all looking out the front, and that's what they're expecting. They're all wired for the threat to the front. So a sudden threat from the rear will cause them to go, "What the fuck?" And that gives us a moment to go in and actually surprise them completely. We're going to have some of them make a roll and react quickly. I'm hoping to give them a negative, basically, for reaction. So, club, ding.
You see Freywin about to trip the trap. Do you want to stop her?
I catch on to what she's doing.
Okay. So she's here, getting ready to trip the trap.
Yeah.
What is everybody else doing? Line them up for me before we actually start this. Because once the combat starts, you know where everybody is.
Yeah. Kale, before I trip the trap, Kale, stairs. I basically go, you stairs. To one of the mercenaries, I point to one of the bowmen. Me, other bowman.
So
everybody
again,
else into
hold on.
center.
You're losing track of what I asked because I see Ruth's confused and Matt's talking, so it's kind of hard. I need to know where everyone is before she trips the trap.
So you want Kale already heading towards the stairs?
No. I want Kale next to me over here.
Okay.
One of the mercenaries behind Kale, and I'm going to point to mercenary, point to this bowman. Me, I will point to me, to this bowman, and then point to that mercenary and say, go this way. And the rest of you also spread out and go in. Basically, I'm going, you this way, you that way. Basically, spread out and take them out as quick as
So Iskanara
possible.
steps behind the mercenary to get ready to go. Then Volley steps where?
Volley would be behind that mercenary, and then I have the other two mercenaries
mercenaries
behind the rear.
Okay.
You four are basically go into the room and basically take out any opposition.
So
that is
what I'm
already
going to
dealt
do is for this bushwhack, our initiative automatically gets set for everybody
with. Mhm.
to 9. Okay, and then we'll determine amongst ourselves
The
who wants
highest
to move.
initiative Volley will ever have.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
All right. Then I roll their initiative to see if they can compete. All right. Now it would normally be a turkey shoot because of something that's happened. I'm not going to reduce it to a bushwhack, which means they do try to get to react. But as it is a bushwhack, we still get to act first. We get to move and act, complete our actions first. But they can now actively defend. Okay. So you pull the trap. Ding. It sets them off. Lets them know. So when they get set off, the 2 archers immediately spin, and because they're nervous, let loose.
Haha, good. Actually, that's actually good. Well, think we're behind the door jam.
Oh.
It's very good because they were ready to go.
And now
1
they
action, 2
can't-
actions, 3 actions. They won't be able to fire the rest of the round.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also we're behind the door jam.
Unless we want to take a big negative on trying to fire during the round.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about how hard it was for us to knock those bows at the fair. Now imagine trying to do that under pressure.
Not to mention, again, we're behind the door jam. We're not exactly a clear target.
The arrows flit next to the door. One comes about a hand's breadth from Kale's head.
It's okay. That was the least dangerous part of his body.
Who wants, who wants to go next?
I'm going right for the guy on the stairs.
And I'm going right for my
All right,
target.
So Kale leaps into the building. Yep. Agility plus athletics roll real quick.
Keep
You want
tripping on the
to
wire.
So I just want to get him out of the...
Kale jumps into the room, and as he jumps into the room beyond the wire and takes another step, you see the trap that they had set right on the other side of the door give way. There's a little trap door that has like some little punji stakes about 6 inches down. So you now know there's a little trap here by the back door.
Okay, good for you, good. You tripped that without endangering the rest of us.
And then he goes up the stairwell.
I mean, he's strong enough he
Hold
can
on.
probably go up the
Hold
wall.
on. 5, 10, 15, and then we have to double this because it's climbing. 25. Yes, he has just enough movement to get there.
Hello, I just had a picture of Kale running along the wall like some kind of lizard.
So through the bushwhack, you can attack first because
Yep.
you have the initiative and everything. So you come at him and you smack him. You calling a shot. You doing anything else? You got 2 actions. You want to make a power attack?
I'm just going to do a power attack on him.
Single power attack. All right, give me a power attack roll. He sees it coming. He tries to dodge it. Whoa!
I didn't see that.
It was a 20.
I know.
24.
I didn't see that.
Oh, Christ.
I didn't
He
want
has
to
a
see
heroic.
that. I didn't want to see that. He rolled a 20, so he's got it. It's just a matter of how badly does he got
I'll
it.
tell you what I got on a...
Remember,
What is it? Hold on. Where's my character?
make sure you're adding everything up correctly, because you remember how you keep screwing that up.
So your agility,
Mm-hmm.
7.
start on column 7. Your melee skill is then added.
What's your melee
Oh,
skill?
really?
Yeah,
3.
7. Your melee is a what? Middle weapons.
3.
So you're actually only on column 10.
Jesus H. Christ.
So that's probably
It's an epic.
Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah.
Ouch!
Squish.
Poor bastard.
Yeah,
He was actually picking up one of his buddy's shifts tonight, too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Squish.
And I got my thing back.
All right.
Nice.
So what I need for you to do now is you go up those stairs.
Yeah.
He has need to roll a d20 see where you hit him.
Give me another.
Wherever you hit him, man, it's going to hurt.
Give me another- give me another 20,
Crom.
Crom.
For a long time.
Oh,
So
18.
18.
Yeah.
18 is the head.
Oh!
Oh.
Weren't we not supposed to kill these guys?
The smash-o-matic.
Whomp! So you hit him with your.
Smash-o-matic.
What are you using?
My broadsword.
Oh!
Hit him with your broadsword in the head.
Non-fatal.
I'm going to add 2 to the damage because it's a head hit.
Were you hitting with the blade or the flat of the blade?
Your strength is.
Blade.
Your strength is.
5.
So 5 plus a broadsword 6 makes 11.
take him
Plus
anywhere.
2 makes 13. You're rolling on column 13 to produce a wound.
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Come on.
I can't take this guy anywhere.
Oh, I forgot. Power attack. Add 2 more. Column 15.
15.
Oh,
Come on,
Jesus
20.
Christ.
And I didn't have you assume fighting intensities because basically since you have the bushwhack, it can be whatever you like. I'm assuming I was working on standard right now. Though.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm trying to basically get.
What am I adding? Oh, no, 15, right?
15.
Jeez, he got lucky. Still a heroic. God. He got lucky.
Squish.
Heroic damage is a severe wound to the head.
Oh.
Okay, and now you roll 2d6 and add it to 8.
Dude, do you remember the whole discussion about not killing him unless absolutely necessary?
2d6 plus 8?
I think if we ever have these occasions, we need
Seven,
to replace
15.
15.
Scale's
Okay,
broadsword
so-
with a club wound.
And the reason I'm doing this is because I want you to see how the combat system works. So we have 2 forms of damage in the combat system. We have wounds and health points, right? So Kale comes up and does a severe wound to this guy's head. Now that would have all kinds of things that have to happen for me for rolling. But in addition to that, whenever you get hit, we also need to roll health points to see if there's blood loss, there's trauma, or you're knocked out. Kale produced 8 plus 7, you produced 15 hit points.
15 hit points.
This guy has 12 health points.
He did.
So in addition to the severe wound, he's taken enough damage that he's out. Kale drops him.
Sorry, man.
Kale, go upstairs, keep them occupied. Don't kill anyone unless you have to.
Okay. Next up. Who wants to go next for our side?
Well, it's going to be me and the mercenary charging those bowmen to take them out of the fight as quick as possible.
Okay, so you're both charging this bowman?
Well, that would be this guy, actually.
This guy to this bowman and you to that bowman?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I need an agility plus athletics from you to clear the trap. You just need a success.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Jesus. Crom.
Well, I got a heroic, so I'm good.
So you clear the trap, you have enough movement to bound over.
Mm-hmm.
The poor guy has a bow.
Yeah, and I have a big ass
He sees you coming. Oh, he tries to put the bow in the way.
Whack!
Roll. Oh.
Let's say 20.
I have a legendary to block. Sorry, to parry, I should say.
Agility.
That's a pretty good bow.